It is unfortunate that the prosecution would file a charge and then seek to withdraw it. That in itself is an abuse. This is a matter which is of public interest. And it is tantamount to the weaponization of the criminal justice system. It cannot be that a charge is registered and before anything is said about that charge, the prosecution seeks to withdraw that charge. That in itself is an abuse of the process of the court. Your Honor, if you look at the charge sheet, there's a way of withdrawing the charge sheet. I will not go to the charge sheet, but it just speaks to the point I'm making about abuse of the criminal justice system. And then, to make it worse, they say they want to withdraw the charge under Section 87A without giving reasons to persuade the court why it should be withdrawn under Section 87A. That means that the citizens, the free persons who are before you, as they leave this court, there's a charge filed or registered with, but withdrawn. But since it is withdrawn under Section 87, without explanation, as they walk out of this court, they don't walk out of this court as free citizens who have no charges hanging on their head. I thought that under our current present criminal justice system, looking at the Criminal Procedure Code, and if you look at the National Prosecutorial Policy, withdrawing of charges under Section 87A should be frowned upon. It's not a matter or a right which the prosecution should enjoy of dragging people to court. And dragging lawyers to court, you know, the president of the Law Society is here from 9 o'clock. You should have been told that right at the first instance that these charges were going to be withdrawn anyway. There are other subjects who are being held out in the car. The charges have not been registered. But if I can borrow from the wisdom of Judge Madan, somebody who is under a criminal apprehension and is within the limits of the court, does not need to come to the court formally. As counsel, we can raise those issues here and say there's a Kenyan being held out there. He's not being told whether he can go home or go to his workplace. Only the investigating officer and the prosecutor can tell us. But since she's not telling us, Your Honor, you're the fountain of justice, and Mr. Victor Opio, who has been with us at the car park, should not be subjected to the oppressive treatment that is undergoing without the court coming to his aid. And the prosecutor knows that that's what is happening. We just shared, and she shared with us that that person is being processed. I don't know what the word process means. You know, it can mean somebody is being made into mincemeat. And since it's in a car, I don't know whether a Tuju thing can happen. You never know. I'm just saying these things. In Kenya, we live in we can never take these things for granted. So, yes, she can withdraw the charge, but not under Section 87A. There should be no charge hanging on the three persons before the court. They should walk out of this court with their heads high as free citizens. Your Honor, finally, I wish that the prosecution should be making up their mind. A criminal prosecution does not depend on how it ends, but how it starts. And it starts with an arrest. And for that matter, an investigation. So I'm inviting Your Honor to talk very loudly through your ruling about this manner of handling persons who are brought before the court or who are held by the police, so that we can really live by the values and principles of the Constitution. Article 19 of the Constitution says the Bill of Rights is an integral part of Kenya's democratic system. Bill of Rights. So whenever those rights are trampled upon, it is the entire democratic system which is established under the law and the Constitution which is being trampled upon. And finally, we would have just sat here and say it is okay, they have withdrawn the case. But these are matters which the court should talk about loudly and clearly.